Crunchyroll just committed a federal crime. No, really. 5+ year crime. Ooh.
Well, guys, it turns out that Crunchyroll has committed a federal crime. And it's not something that they've done in just one instance. It's something that they've been doing for the last 5 years. We only found out about it very recently, though, on October.
Yeah, I saw this, and I was like, "This is actually unbelievable." If this is true, they can get really they can get into a lot of shit. First of all, they're gonna get sued, and the feds are gonna go after them to top it off. It's not just like a personal legal matter.
25th, when David Wald, a voice actor, tweeted that if he's been sent anything in the last 5 years in terms of fan art, fan letters, anything, then he has not received it because apparently Crunchyroll has been stealing all of it. This is in direct violation of US federal law, or more specifically, the US Code 1702, obstruction of correspondence.
Imprisonment and fine under this title for not more than 5 years or both. Securities, embezzles, and destroys. Why would they do such a thing? That's horrible.
This has gone absolutely viral. Everyone is talking about it if they're in the anime sphere in the West. And I feel like it's not only the perfect opportunity to raise more awareness on this disgusting behavior, but to also sit down with you and show you why Crunchyroll has been a terrible company for years now, and that VAing for Crunchyroll is super competitive too. Like just on a like baseline, it is extremely nepotistic. Is that a word? Nepotistic? Nepotistic? This only adds more to their shady, unpleasant history. Let's talk about it. So Crunchyroll, as it stands, is the biggest anime distributor / streamer in the West. So if you're outside of Asia, this is most likely the service that you're using for anime, unless you're a pirate. Some people, and even publications, like the South China Morning Post, credit Crunchyroll for turning Japanese anime mainstream in the West. It's a very impressive company with its size in non-Asian countries and its catalog. But it wasn't always this anime licensing sweetheart. In fact,
I wonder if he's gonna cover the fact that they started mistranslating subtitles on purpose to like suit Western standards or like Western ideals. I have to wonder.
At some point, Japanese license holders wanted to take the website down. You see, the website was founded in 2006, and back then it was a pirating website. Not a single thing on this page is legal. But it wasn't just about anime, it was about anything. Whether it be Asian drama, things related to video games, it was like YouTube, but for pirates, where anything could be uploaded. There were no limits, except...
Wait! There's a World of Warcraft cinematic! There's a... They had everything too. They had music videos, Kingdom Hearts, and I had no idea they started off as a pirating website. That's actually really fun. That's fun.
Maybe adult videos. This is the exact website you would have seen in 2006.
Oh my god.
Bleach's 108th episode had just come out, and Naruto's 214th episode had just come out as well.
2006, man. It was a better time for sure. I agree, chat.
It's a crazy time capsule.
That's amazing.
In 2008, they somehow convinced a venture capital firm by the name of Venrock, based out of Palo Alto, California, to invest
all evil comes from Cali.
$4 million into them. After this, they sought to become...
Wait, Rock? Wait, hold on. Who said... What was the name of the company?
Somehow convinced a venture capital firm by the name of Venrock, based...
Is that like a subsidiary of like BlackRock or something? I kind of want to research it. Hold on. Venrock, BlackRock. Venrock is a venture capital formed in 1969, investing activities in the Rockefeller family that began in the late 1930s. I see. I see very well. Hold on. I'm trying to find more. BlackRock funds Venrock. Funds with similar focus located in United States. Venrock. So are they two different things? I don't know. I have to do a lot more research, but I don't know, maybe.
Out of Palo Alto, California, to invest $4 million into them. After this, they sought to become legal, a legitimate space to share anime content.
Of course.
On January 8th, 2009, they signed a deal with TV Tokyo to host episodes of Naruto Shippuden. Obviously, you can see how big of a deal that is. And immediately started to delete all the illegitimate content on its website that they don't hold rights to. They then continued to get more and more anime licensed from Japan for their Western audience. And you know what? They had a talent. They knew how to choose the animes that they licensed and then translated. Because of course there's—
Yeah, you have to pick good animes. You do. Otherwise people won't give you money. Like, why would you translate some really boring, obscure anime? Like, there are flops. I'm not saying all anime is, like, amazing. There's flops, and that's what makes good ones stand out. Yeah.
A lot of anime that gets made every single season. This is what made them different. No one could really compete that much with them because anime wasn't really seen as a big deal until very recently. This is when Sony decided to create Funimation, a direct competitor of Crunchyroll, back in 2017. Now, of course, seeing that it's Sony, they had one hell of a lineup of popular anime, but they didn't really know how to pick more underrated ones that the Western audience would enjoy, at least not as well as Crunchyroll did. But honestly, who cares? You have an industry and you have multiple competitors all trying to do their own thing. That's very healthy. But unfortunately, that didn't last too long. In August of 2020, there were reports coming out that Sony actually wanted to buy Crunchyroll. Things were advancing.
Ooh, Monopoly, Crabopoly, Monopoly. Yay, Monopolies. I love Monopolies.
Saying they had offered $1.1 billion to buy it, but on March 24, 2021, as things were coming to a close, the United States Department of Justice extended its review of this because they thought that maybe, just maybe, this could become a monopoly of anime outside of East Asia. Somehow.
Oh boy. I sure hope the government doesn't let them become a monopoly, a crapopoly.
Now, okay, some way. I don't know who got bribed, who got threatened, but it got approved. And in August,
I fucking knew it! I was about to say, I haven't heard of Funimation being like a Crunchyroll competitor in years.
2021, the deal was finalized. It was one of the biggest mistakes in the anime industry because this effectively meant that Sony had become the major monopoly when it comes to anime content.
They were lobbying anime back then, chat. Think about it. Funimation no longer exists? Wait, I thought Funimation still existed. Maybe I'm cooked? Sony of all companies? Yeah, we love Sony. Multi-billion-dollar company. Funimation? Oh! You're right. I thought it was still around. Okay. Fair enough.
Outside of Asia. Seeing that Sony owned so many anime streaming websites, including Wakanim, which was in France, they decided to merge everything into Crunchyroll, really solidifying the idea that they're now a monopoly. One of the main reasons why people hate Crunchyroll and of course Sony is due to this monopoly. I mean, look at this.
As part of our transition, the price of your new Crunchyroll plan will increase from $54 a year to $99 a year! They almost doubled it, bro! That's insane! Enshittification! I'm telling you, chat, enshittification.
This email that was sent to existing Funimation customers when the merger happened. The first few paragraphs are reassuring you that, hey, don't worry, your account info isn't going to change, your watch history, all your preferences, everything is staying. But then you read the final paragraph and it says this. As part of our transition to Crunchyroll, the price of your new Crunchyroll plan will increase from $55 a year to $100 a year beginning January.
If I saw this, I never used Crunchyroll in the first place or Funimation or whatever. The only time I ever used like streaming services was when Game of Thrones like had the final episodes and I literally couldn't get a hold of pirating websites because they kept crashing because everybody wanted to watch them. I asked a friend if I could use their login info to watch it. Because it was like 3 days after it all happened, and I couldn't do it because it was all the websites I used was broken. Nobody could watch it. It was too laggy. I would 100% in this person's position start pirating instantly.
January 28th, 2025. So
Yeah,
yes, the
fuck
price
that.
you were paying had effectively doubled overnight, and you couldn't do anything about it. What were you going to do about it? Go to a different service? Oh wait, Sony owns everything, and now it's under Crunchyroll. But
And stop telling me to get into torrents. My internet was so bad. My internet was too terrible. The only thing it could stream was like movies on streaming websites. I don't know what to tell you. And plus, I'm pretty sure my ISP didn't like that and they started throttling me when I torrented. They didn't really mind when I streamed pirating streams. It was more so torrenting that they didn't like.
But even worse, and I think this is probably the worst part in all this, Funimation had something Crunchyroll didn't. Instead of having to pay for a subscription, you could just flat out buy the anime that you wanted digitally so you could watch it anytime. Well, Sony said, "F you and what you own. You don't actually own anything." This was the explanation Crunchyroll gave you when you inquired about your Funimation digital copies. They said, "We understand that you may have concerns about your digital copies from Funimation. Please note that Crunchyroll does not currently support Funimation digital copies, which means that
You will own nothing and be happy, chat.
access to previously available digital copies will not be supported. However, we are continuously working to enhance our content offerings and provide you with an exceptional anime streaming experience. We appreciate your understanding and encourage you to explore the extensive anime library available on Crunchyroll."
So, if you bought it, you didn't get a refund? You basically got told to go fuck yourself? That is insane. Why are you even allowed to do that? Oh, that's right, because they didn't sign you under a contract. It's not illegal.
This was a very disgusting corporate speak way of saying that everything you own is now in the gutter, you will never be able to access it again. F you. I mean, Ubisoft said that gamers should get used to not owning their copies. Look at their stock price. You do not want to be like Ubisoft. This is what a monopoly actually looks like, and it's terrible. That's not the only thing though. Look, anime is Japanese. It was created in Japan. Crunchyroll knows this, and they actually have a studio in Shibuya, Tokyo to make original anime. At some point though, they decided to use subscription money to create their own studio in Burbank, California to make anime within the United States.
I was about to say, this looks really not good for, like, just at a glance, and then I saw the rating. I didn't see the rating. My eyes immediately went to this, and I was like, this is probably really bad or really mid. And then I saw the rating at the top right.
United States. As you can see from the rating, 1.6 out of 10, that was an utter disaster. High Guardian Spice is the biggest piece of shit to come out of anime in the last 10 years.
Go.
It was marketed as anime for diverse groups.
It's not enough for you to have, like, subtle gay interactions in anime. You need to just, like, you need to forefront the home of queer geek culture and have it all shoved in your face. I'm trans! Trans people don't walk around in the real world and scream that they're trans! They don't do that! They don't! They just want to, like, walk around and be like, yeah, like, I'm just a person, I exist. It's so insane to me. You don't need to, like, do that. My gay best friend even said the show was dog shit. You don't even have to say gay. You could just say your best friend said it was dog shit. They probably just thought it was bad because of the writing, not even because they're shoving shit down your throat. No, everybody has to know I'm gay. I like men. It's not like, you know, a girl walking up to another girl and being like, oh my god, a bat's eyelashes, like, I want to kiss you, you're so pretty, and then be like, no, I'm a tsundere, actually, stop that. Like, why can't we just have that? They already have it in Japanese anime where little fucking anime girls go, I love you, you're so beautiful, and, like, they hug each other and squeeze their boobs or something. Like, there's already inherent, what is it called, fan service that alludes to gayness. Nobody fucking cares in Japan about that. Clearly, because they have it in big animation studios.
Most notably highlighting their LGBTQ plus representation. Well, you know you fucked up when even people in the LGBTQ plus hate this show to death. Like, no one likes this. This is,
and it makes the perception worse of like these people that just want to have like a normal show, like a show that's good, that is accepted, and it makes them look worse. Like, oh, I know it. It's all about the gays and how bad they are, and they can't make anything good.
Terrible. When you become a monopoly, you become lazy and complacent. You stop taking risks, and you completely forget what made you great in the first place. This show is proof of that. Oh, and let's not forget that at the end of 2023, they had to settle a class action lawsuit with their own consumers because they violated the United States Video Privacy Protection Act by disclosing its subscribers' personally identifiable information to third-party companies like Facebook, Adobe,
and Adobe. You're actually done. You're done.
etc. Of course, it's a very large list. They initially tried to deny the claim, okay? They lied, but then settled anyway to avoid any uncertainties or expenses associated with continuing the case. So not only were they a monopoly, not only did they double the price of annual subscriptions and are offering nothing to show for it, they were also selling their own users' data. And by
to Facebook, Meta, and Adobe, that's already dog shit AF. Isn't that fun, chat? Didn't we talk about this like with Uber and DoorDash and how they used to be a pretty decent service and then they got bought out? Yeah, they become like a monopoly essentially, or a duopoly. Yeah, even a duopoly is bad, chat. Like it's called competition for a reason, because if this shit happens, people can be like, "Oh shit, Crunchyroll kind of blows, huh? They're selling my data. Maybe I should go somewhere else." Now people are like, "Hey, maybe I should go back to pirating." So people are forced to pirate because they literally can't access the content. Yeah, I mean, there's so many reasons to pirate. I know it's really unfair to like people trying to make money, like the studios that bust their asses trying to make money off of it. But at the same time, you have to give people options. You can't just be like good and then bad. You need something, like you have to have everything in between anyway.
By the way, the settlement was terrible. It was $30 per Crunchyroll user. Like, wow, thanks. My data probably cost more than that. But these 3 reasons I just gave you, I think, are enough for you to think, wow, this is a terrible...
Your data is invaluable to advertisers. They sell your personal information and they target you with ads constantly. Why do you think that when you go on Crunchyroll or a different website, like an anime figure website, why do you think that shit pops up on your Facebook or Instagram like 2 days later? Yeah, because they want to sell you like figurines or whatever, like something that suits to your hobbies that they perceive.
Lazy monopoly that can do whatever it wants because no one can even compete. This brings us back to the crime that they committed against David Wald. Now look, David Wald is a seasoned voice actor. He's been in the industry for a long time. He doesn't just dub anime, which is the act of voice acting English dialogue for something that isn't originally in English, but he also voice acted in games. Some of the biggest animes he's done:
186 shows, 45 movies, 4 games, and additional 35. And then like shorts and narration. That's a lot. 294 roles? Holy smokes.
Dubbed in were Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, or even Vinland Saga. Now you'd think that Crunchyroll would give a veteran voice actor like himself the respect he deserves. Well,
fuck
no.
you.
It turns out Crunchyroll has been receiving packages meant for David and distributing them to staff instead without him knowing.
That is so callous. Like, what? If you're an employee and you probably don't know, I would hope that this like belonged to someone else. You wouldn't know what I think they probably do is that they get this stuff and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is for David." Well, the employees don't need to know that. Yeah, I bet you. The employees probably don't know. And if they do, then they're pieces of shit, but I kind of doubt it.
For 5 years. Look at this tweet as an example. He says, "Dear fellow workers at Crunchyroll, below is a photo of the complete contents of one of the packages addressed to me that was opened and distributed to employees. If you ended up in possession of any of it, I would very much like it returned to me."
That's so
and as
sad.
you can see, there are many things here. I should mention, all of this is handmade. Even this, even though it looks like an official magazine. The character itself is Inosuke Shindo, and this is someone that David voices in dub. And Harumi quote tweeted this, saying, "I remember when my friend put this together to send to you. It was a group effort. Everyone was so looking forward to you getting it. This is extremely heartbreaking."
That's so sad. It's all handmade too. They probably drew this stuff. Like, when are they to print it? It's like a docky, I'm guessing. They probably like had that done. Probably costed some, money. Hello? That's sad.
David replies and says, "I promise you the situation will be rectified. We're just lucky you sent me a photo of the unique contents and the USPS tracking info." To which Harumi said, "It was all their efforts in doing so. I really hope this gets resolved. I'm so sorry to hear about."
That's crazy.
So imagine taking so much time to make a care package like this specifically for the person dubbing your favorite character in an anime and finding out so much later that no, it was just passed around employees and he never received it. I mean, imagine how David feels having something like this made specifically for him and not even receiving and not even being notified about it. It's insane. There was a quote tweet saying that all the employees should be fired for this, but David specified the employees are definitely not to blame.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think they probably labeled it as quite literally, "Hey, look at this promo material from like fans," or you don't know any better. I don't think it was that deep. Again, if it was and you're a piece of shit, I personally wouldn't take it if I didn't know. But if I saw freebies, I'd be like, "Oh wow, that's so cool. Yeah, wow, thanks Crunchyroll, you got me this free stuff. Awesome, thank you."
Walked by the company freebies table and thought something looked cool. The management who elected to take this course of action, however, are another matter. If you work in a company that does a lot of collaborations, you'd understand this perfectly. The companies you work with will send you freebies all the time, and you take them. But someone else in higher management getting a package that says David Wald, choosing to open it and then distribute it to employees, that's something else entirely. I've also seen some people say, well, why didn't he just put his home address? This is partly his fault. Well, think about it this way.
That is such a dumb thing to do. That's why there's like forwarding services and PO boxes. Yeah, that's not how it works. It's doxing. I don't know. Sorry. I'm on their side.
There was a crazy obsessed fan out there. Wouldn't they just go to his house, knock on the door, and leave a package for him personally? What David did is actually very common. If you're watching this video and work in an office, you probably do the same thing. Maybe you send your Amazon packages to your office. That way you receive them on the job. And with no one letting him know that there's a package that arrived at Crunchyroll, like how would he know? The only reason he knew about this was because the people who sent it gave him the tracking info. He saw it arrived and that he never received it. That's what's incredible here. So what the hell happened?
So he caught them red-handed. It wasn't like something he found out through the work. It was because of a fan. Yeah.
Happens next. As you might have already guessed, stealing mail in the United States is a federal crime. I'd love to sit here and tell you that this is going to be the end of Crunchyroll, but the law itself is actually pretty damn vague. According to Legal Mindset, who is a lawyer on YouTube that I like to reference sometimes whenever there are legal problems, this line right here that says, before it has been delivered to the person to whom it was directed is the problem. So the law itself says, oh yeah, if you tamper with something before it's delivered to the person, you're in trouble. But what is the person? It says the person.
Oh, are they going to say because it got to the address? I bet you that's what the loophole is.
Person to whom it was directed. Well, technically, the package says David, sure, but the address is Crunchyroll HQ.
Yeah.
When the judge looks at this, they will actually side with Crunchyroll, unfortunately.
That's so cringe.
Because technically, the package arrived at the right address. Whether someone else opened it or tampered with it doesn't really matter. You're not the only one to think that this sucks, but unfortunately, that's the legal reality.
It's like if someone got... So the way it would be illegal is that if... It's really dumb and unfair. Yeah, it's like a legal loophole. The only way this kind of makes sense is if it got opened by someone that doesn't work at Crunchyroll. Like they stole it. Yeah, it was technically his address and it's his workplace. Yeah, that's so stupid. That is
I do
dumb.
hope that the higher-up manager, though, suffers direct consequences because this is disgusting, and we have to ask this question. How many other voice actors are going through the same thing without even knowing? This is why we need a statement from Crunchyroll ASAP. Crunchyroll has been in absolute silence. Everyone has been replying to their tweets asking for answers, and they only gave one on the 27th of October, 2 days after David Wald's tweet. A Crunchyroll spokesperson told Anime News Network that it's investigating the situation. Here's the full statement. Anime fans have a special connection with dub voice talent, and that emotional expression is important in fueling more love of anime content. We are currently investigating the matter regarding the allegation of undelivered fan mail to a voice actor. We respect the privacy of all our voice actors and do not
intentionally open mail.
Open mail or packages not intended for Crunchyroll. Any fan mail should be sent directly to talent and their management.
They did though! It's because his address is there! You're supposed to just intercept it! It's such a scummy corpo way of like getting away with like what they did.
That last sentence in particular is pretty damn dirty. Like, yeah, sure, okay, you can say that, but you could have also called David 5 years ago or just sent him an email 5 years ago when the first package came and told him, hey, your fan mail shouldn't be coming to us, it should come to you.
Yeah,
but no, instead, you chose to open it for 5 years, distribute it for 5 years, and only now are caught because he had a tracking number from a specific fan. So again, Crunchyroll is yet in another controversy and they come out extremely unlikable, as if it's effortless for them. Of course, David's allegations don't end here. He says in a tweet shortly after revealing that his mail's been stolen, saying, "Me thinking, geez, it's a good thing I didn't tell them about the gay discrimination, or the medical discrimination, or the union busting, or the continuous culture of fear, or the hostile workplace environment."
Oh, that's just corpos in general. I feel bad for him, but like, that's just corpos, man. All they want is your voice so they can make money.
Or 3 dots. Additionally, another voice actress by the name of Alexis Tipton replied to his tweet saying, "Oh my god, what the f***," adding this to the fact that they constantly give out free merch to the employees and voice actors aren't allowed to participate. We also no longer get free copies of our own work. We don't even get invited to Christmas parties.
There it is! You're just a voice for them. Yes! You're not an employee. Fuck you, bitch! And they were just wrong. I'm not a lawyer, but the main thing is that they didn't have permission from it to open the email. It was just directly, there's the name of the mail. Again, I'm not a lawyer, but USPS is next saying team of lawyers and investigators could fuck up Crunchyroll. I think that legal mindset knows what he's talking about. It's just when you fuck with the government, it really depends on the situation. I think the legal loophole is that it arrived at his address specifically, and he's quote unquote under the employment of Crunchyroll, I would assume. They didn't say anything. It's under like the pretense of the intention and that they were doing this for many years. It's not like a one-off. This is for many, many years. They need to find evidence of like previous years of people doing this kind of thing as well. I think that could sway a judge. But I'm sure that going to like a team of lawyers with USPS will bring forth a lot of problems for them.
We are just a product. Look, there's a big worry already within the voice acting community that AI is going to come in and steal all their jobs. The fact that Crunchyroll treats their voice actors like complete, utter, disposable trash on the street tells me that they're probably already looking into AI technology to not have to hire voice actors ever again.
Well, yeah, it saves them money. I'm not even saying, look, I'm gonna have a take here, a hot take. They are a company. They don't give a fuck about you. If they can cut corners, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm not trying to be callous. I feel bad for them. This is so unfair. But at the same time, if you want to make the maximum amount of profit, which they obviously really care about since they took over and doubled the price during 2024, this isn't from like, 5-10 years ago. This is like 2024. They doubled the price for the yearly subscription. Almost doubled. You really think they care that much? I don't know.
Monopolies suck, and I hope that Crunchyroll gets what's coming to them. I also hope that David can get all of his stuff back, but unfortunately the idea of a lawsuit doesn't really seem very viable, or at least that's what legal experts say. Guys, stay safe out there, and if you have any important mail coming your way, do not list your company as the address, just send it straight to your door instead. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, whenever that is. I love you. Mwah.
That's crazy, bro. That is insane. P.O. box, guys, P.O. boxes are really expensive. I don't know why people think that it's really easy to get. I understand why he did what he did. I understand why he put Crunchyroll as his address and stuff, but yeah.